Let's see August divider. August is about striking a balance. What is the key to achieving lasting success and happiness? Don't we all want to know? Well, one thing we know for sure is looking at all the aspects of your life and nurturing each one. Do you listen to your body, heart, mind, and soul to discover what works best for you? Do you trust your instincts, knowing when to hit pause or to stop completely? Do you catch yourself from falling into a black hole of comparison against others? I ask you to commit time for yourself, your relationships, your passions, and your profession. As you practice juggling these priorities simultaneously, trust that it will fill your life with wholeness and joy. Achieve equilibrium. Write down your daily activities inside these stones. Your goal is to fill both sides without one side overpowering the other, causing you to lose balance. One side should represent slow and nourishing activities, while the other should represent active and energizing activities. That's it! We hope this was helpful, and let's all strike a balance and achieve a life with wholeness and joy.
Are you focusing on what really matters? Do you feel like you live in a world where distractions and interruptions seem to never end? We know you need to be free. Free your mind of clutter and still your heart. Embrace this chaos and master quieting your mind with the Focus 2022 journal. On its 7th year, it's all about accepting all of the phases we go through in life. For a limited pre-order period, the Focus 2022 journal comes in experience kits with great tools to inspire you to shove the distraction aside and put your goals to the forefront. Picture yourself courageously blurring out what no longer serves you. Take with you only what amplifies each step toward your goal. You will get what you focus on. Start building the tomorrow you want with laser-like clarity. Experience more. Sometimes it feels like every time we attempt to take a step forward, we find ourselves 2 steps back. Life may seem like an uphill battle, and the past may have felt limiting. If we consider the present to be a gift, though, then it's not just about the destination, is it? For 2022, Navi will help you embrace your adaptability and resilience. Now, we don't make you imagine what this uphill staircase looks like. We show you. Take an adventure from right where you are. Explore the present as you navigate your life guided by the compass of your own truths, values, and your unique journey to where you're meant to be. For a limited pre-order period, you get to experience the Navi Journal and climb those unconquerable stairs of life in Navi virtual reality, and more. Experience Navi in a whole new way. Experience more.
Hi, good evening, everyone. So it's Wednesday and we are having our regular Facebook Live. So last week, actually, hindi tayo nakagawa ng game plan the first Wednesday of the month wherein we weren't able to do the game plan because we did an Experience More Abundance series. So I hope you're enjoying our Experience More. FB Lives like last week was the Abundance series. So if you haven't watched it, please do check it out. Sobrang ganda talaga ng lives in terms of content about earning extra cash at this time during the pandemic. And there's like success stories for our Bella. Actually, hindi pala. May boy pala tayo. But hindi Bello yung tawag natin sa boys. So sa guys natin who use our products, who Alan Ngo, who's a fan and also someone that we work with, got trained under him. So we learned about email marketing last week, and then we also learned about how M started the business in the middle of the pandemic. We also talked to Rowena Lay how she sold over 200,000 pesos worth of items na used or bago na hindi ginagamit, 'di ba? Sometimes kasi meron naman tayong mga gamit-gamit sa bahay that pwede nating ibenta na pag binenta natin, it's extra cash for us. And the number 4 was exploring virtual work. So again, it's part of our belief at this time na parang medyo kailangan natin maging mas creative eh. So part of being more creative is actually really exploring different kinds of options that is available for us. So, and madaming opportunities. So if you are feeling stuck, if you are feeling worried about what's happening, lockdown na naman, ano na naman gagawin natin, please do check out our FB Lives. It's all free. You can just check like the playlist and see the past FB Lives, and you can binge watch all you want. And definitely, we are here for you guys. And every 2 to 3 p.m. naman this week, we are doing the Experience More Connection series. So, nung Tuesday, yesterday, we had with Kimmy, wherein we did connecting to your body. So in connecting to our body, there's like yung breathing exercises, some yoga exercises, so you can listen in, so you can help connect to your body more. And then earlier today, we had with Ning Tadenya, 2 to 3 p.m. also, wherein we talked about connecting to your mind and your heart. And tomorrow, we will be having a special guest. His name is, well, special naman lahat ng guests natin. But he has not been in our community. Kasi before, medyo nakita ninyo yung ibang yung ibang regular speakers natin eh. So this one is Vincent Lim of Balcony and Gardens. Will he share with us how we can use plant care for self-care. So shout out sa mga plantitas and plantitos. Make sure to watch us tomorrow at 2 to 3 p.m. for our Facebook Live, so we can have a plant expert tell us how to do self-care and then with while taking care of our plants. And then Friday, 2 to 3 p.m., we are inviting our BDJ Box Beauty editors will be coming in. Parang mini reunion online. So for all the Bellas who have missed the BDJ Box from, I think the last one was around 2015, you will see our beauty editors come in once more and to share on how do we connect as a community, because they came together and came up with a podcast, and they will talk about it this Friday. So I hope you still do check it out. And I think my co-host is ready. And since it's the Wednesday night, second Wednesday of the month, baka mamaya na-confused ako. Second Wednesday of the month, this is the time where we think about how do we live boldly. Okay? Kasi syempre with the BDJ Studio Learning Series, what we want is in the first week, we talk about our game plan. The second week, let's get the courage to live boldly. Third week, like figure out how do we translate our passion to action. And the fourth week, a check-in on mental health. So our partner for today is from Revlon, a well-loved beauty brand that wants you to live boldly. So that's why in the series, we talk about beauty and makeup and many other things that enable us to live boldly. So thanks guys for tuning in. Please do share where you're watching us from. I see there's Kimmy. Meron pa bang iba? I hope you do say hi with us in the StreamYard. Sorry, in the Facebook chat, and we will see it if you give permission to StreamYard. So without further ado, I will bring in my guest for tonight. And my co-host for tonight, Erica T. Hello, Erica.
Hello. I come with my own background music today. I hope it's not big.
What's that? Why is it so dark there?
We're
Where are
in
you going
the
live
house
from?
of horrors that is 2020. Charot! No. As you guys know, I've said this before, I live in a very, very small apartment, but today is also my mom. My mom also has a speaking engagement. So, and it's hard to not have your own room. So I had to call and ask if we could use, this is like a karaoke room. Yeah. Karaoke room of our condo. Kaya may pa-music, sana hindi na lang dinig, no?
Okay, okay. Kaya pala.
Lipstick mo,
Of course, it's Revlon. That's the lipstick you gave me.
we love to see
Wonder
it.
Woman.
Wonder Woman, the Ultra HD Matte.
Yes, the Hyper Matte Intense. So, this is, ano ba? Nasaan ba yung ano? yung,
Nasa likod.
yung nasa likod. Ayun, Red Hot.
Red
This is
hot.
the Red Hot. Um,
It
so
looks so nice on you.
this is the one that I often use pag FB Live kasi I like it how it pops.
It does. It looks,
Diba?
and it suits your skin tone so well.
Yay!
It's a blue
Thank
tone.
you.
It's a blue toned red.
Yes, I like it. So thank you, Erica, for that. May nakalimutan pala ako, guys. For everyone tuning in, please do know that we do have a giveaway for our Live Boldly Revlon BDJ Studio Learning Series. So we're giving a Revlon item. So tonight's prize is a Color Stay Glaze Stick Eyeshadow. So I have that also. But baka ibang ano lang.
Ibang shade.
Oo, and then, kasi 'di ba yung Color Stay Glaze, meron siyang iba-ibang series.
Thick.
Like yung mga
Series.
matte
Like
series.
the BDJ Learning Series. Yes,
Oo.
there's two variants. There's glaze, which is the shimmer, and then there's velour, which is
Yes,
like,
this is the velour. Yeah. So the matte.
you know, I use that. Well, I learned it from my office mate, Denise, but I use it to contour that specific shade.
Oh, talaga? Sige, I
Yeah.
will try that. Or
Solid
yung
shade.
ano.
Like apply lightly and then blend very well.
Yeah, I use it kasi talaga as the eyeliner slash
Yeah.
eyeshadow.
Right.
So, ayan. So, guys, medyo nagkwentuhan kami tungkol sa makeups. So,
Today's
but, yun.
episode.
There pala. Syempre nawala tayo sa point. Yung point is, there's a giveaway. So, whenever you guys have a takeaway for tonight, please do sign up at go.bdj.studio/sign up. So, you get a chance to win a glazed variant of the Color Stay stick. So, it's really nice. I really like it. And here we are. Our topic for tonight. Naalala
Yay!
mo ba kung anong topic natin?
I have it here. It is it's where is it?
Where is it? I will talk about I think this is
very aligned from our morning discussion.
correct. I'll go. Ready?
Ready.
So the arc of our season 2 kasi this is season 2 na tayo, guys, of Live Boldly. So our first episode in season 2, we talked about living with intention. Kasi definitely right now in season 2, we want to evaluate the different ways we can live boldly. So the first one, which was 2 months ago, was living with intention. Then last month, we talked about facing fear. So this month of August, it's taking the leap. So our third episode for season 2 is really taking the leap. That how do we take the leap in living boldly? Kasi syempre, hindi naman siya madali, 'di ba? So it's really progressing from our setting our intentions to planning, facing our fears, and right now, let's talk about taking action. The favorite din ni Erica kasi sakto talaga siya with what we were talking about earlier. So, Erica, do you wanna share some thoughts on our topic? Something general.
I think and again, it's so funny you were plugging 2022 planners. Are we not still in 2020? No, that's a joke, guys. Throughout the months, we have been discussing like different ways that we can live boldly. And to do so in the face of uncertainty. You know, we are back where we were, God knows how long ago, and I'm sure it can get very frustrating. But I don't, and you know, a lot of people say na parang, oh, so many plans are canceled. But why? Who said that plans are canceled? And it may
Correct.
seem really bleak. It may seem like there's no hope, but there always is hope. And sometimes all you have to do is take the leap, even though it seems uncertain, even if it's definitely scary. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it and say, take the leap and everything's going to be fine and dandy and you'll just like have the time of your life. No, it's scary.
Mhm.
But always believe that there's people behind you and around you that will be there in case.
Correct.
But you know, jump in the net will appear. Ika nga, is the old adage. So taking the leap doesn't necessarily mean like, you know, doing something like overly drastic. It could be something as simple as starting a journal, which is something that I very recently got into because it's really helped me cope with
Yeah.
my anxiety and my stress. Quest journal, guys, use your Quest journal.
Yes.
I love that. You know what? As someone who has like really wonky handwriting, I super love the non-ruled pages because it just allows for you to. Parang it's literally a blank page.
Yes.
You know, taking the leap could also just mean cutting out sugar from your life.
That's
That's
me.
a lot easier said than done. But yeah, leap is literally living boldly and choosing yourself in the
Correct.
midst of all this
Ayun.
crazy.
So, everyone watching us today, Erica has shared already how she defined taking a leap. How about you guys? What do you think is, for you, what is taking a leap? 'Di ba? Kasi medyo generic naman yung term na take the leap. Does it mean na parang I'm gonna leave my corporate job and leap? Does it mean I'm gonna start a new business? Does it mean I will say yes to a suitor? May pwedeng ganon, di ba? A guy who's been like making papansin and then ayaw mo muna. Or taking a leap can also be, I guess for those in relationships then, taking a leap is marriage, di ba? Pwede, yun din yung mga meaning eh, di ba? Parang madaming definition yung taking the leap. So, minsan parang, Dar, ano bang ibig sabihin mo? Ano bang ibig sabihin natin ng mag-ready na tayo to take a leap? So, ayan. Medyo may ano natin, yun yung challenge minsan. Taking the leap. Baka ano ba yung leap? Siguro let's do a definition of terms. When you leap over something, you're crossing a gap. Siguro, ano bang visualization mo doon, Erica? Like cliff
A
ba? Tapos leap?
hurdle or
May
yeah,
hurdle. Parang
there's
ganyan.
like a hurdle, or
Mhm.
maybe the hurdle is not a great visualization if people are thinking in terms of the Olympics. But then, yeah, I guess a cliff is a great
Yeah.
way to put it. But at the same time, no, sorry, may I
Hindi
read
ka
back?
naman babagsak. Kung hindi ka
Yeah,
hindi
yeah,
ka
yeah. Parang,
Oo.
as mentioned nga, na parang a leap is not, like taking the leap is not always like a big, scary thing. It
Correct,
could
correct.
very well be like, you know, those sports hurdles that you literally just have to jump over. Na parang, if it's something as simple as sleeping better or getting up early or cutting out sugar or cutting out carbs. Just ko, para mo mag-cut ng carbs ang mga Pinoy. Hello. But that can still be, oh, tama. Sabi ni Renz Josabel Cruz, jumping sa pool. Like, it could literally be any small jump. There, it's a jump.
Correct, correct. Yes, it's a jump. It's a jump. So, and I think the reason that sometimes we need encouragement to take the jump, kasi, di ba, when you're jumping, parang you have to like go down a bit and then, di
Right.
ba, may
Vuelo.
motion na pababa, by buelo, tas and then you jump, di ba? So, meaning, when we're talking about taking a leap, may buelo kang gagawin because you're gonna do something that is slightly bigger or maybe uncomfortable. So, kung ano siya, kung hindi siya bigger, kasi Erica nga sharing na, pwede siyang small step, but it's uncomfortable. Hindi siya normal. It's not part
Right.
of your everyday life na everyday ko naman, normal naman sa akin na hindi kumakain ng sugar. So, hindi taking a leap yun for you, 'di ba? But to another person who has sugar in stuff, 'di ba? Medyo challenge talaga siya. So, taking a leap is doing something that you're not so comfortable with. And that's what we're gonna talk about tonight. Like, how do we live boldly while taking a leap, 'di ba? So,
Charot.
oo. So, Erica, do you think it's important that we take risks for our growth and success?
Is it? Oh, no. I mean, I think we can all collectively agree it's been a very very challenging time. And ayan, oh, perfect. Sobrang tama yung sabi ni Haya, getting out of your comfort zone and taking risks. That is exactly as Dar was saying. That's what taking a leap is. And the reason I think risks are important is I remember this TED talk that I watched. It's the discomfort is the price of admission to a meaningful life, and that's so simple and concise, but so hard hitting in the sense that the reason we need to take risks and continue to venture out into the unknown is because if we don't, how will we grow? How will we live meaningful lives? How will we reach the potentials that we don't even know that we have?
Correct.
So as hard as it may be, and nobody likes it, we got to do it, guys. We got to get up, show up, and do it.
Yeah. We really need to take risks in our lives. And then, parang yun nga, it's really going outside our comfort zone. I mean, I know, parang, Dar, ano pa bang outside comfort zone? And nandito na nga tayo sa pandemic. Hirap na, diba? But I think, that's, I think, the challenge that is being posed to us. It's not posed by me. I think it's just really posed to us by the situation with what's happening all over the world. Yeah, with the circumstance. Just like right now, today, the Delta variant, or I mean, I don't know if it's assume the Delta variant, but 12,000 cases in the Philippines today. So it's like crazy. It's going up, and I know I'm paranoid because I have kids, and then the kids, di ba ngayon, kids nagkakaroon na, and then they're reporting that in the pediatric wards right now, parang it's
Newborn babies.
full. Yeah, so parang,
Newborn babies.
so guys, please do vaccinate. As
Vaccinate,
a
wear your mask,
public
wash your
service
hands,
announcement. Yeah, and
and don't forget to register to
double
vote for
mask.
2022.
Please do double masking if you're going out, to be safe for yourself and your family, and we all want our Bellas to be safe for sure. And yes, hello Iris. Yeah, si Victor, our guest, my partner naman next week. Hello.
Hello.
So, ayan guys. So, we're talking about taking the leap. Na taking a leap nga is all about parang getting outside your comfort zone, taking risks, and figuring out, I guess, what is it worth? What is it worth taking a risk? I mean, what is it that you want to take a risk for? Tama ba yung
Right.
English ko? Baka
Yes.
nababaliktad ko yung words.
No, I think that's
It makes sense, right? It makes sense.
yes.
Bakit kaya siya important, no, for growth? Well, I think it's really just going outside your comfort zone, that whenever you go outside your comfort zone, you grow, eh.
I was thinking about this a while. Sorry to cut you off.
Go.
I was thinking about this a while ago. Na parang, it just seems, and I'm sure I'm not alone in feeling this. And we all go through our own trials, our own battles, our own grievances. Pero parang sunod-sunod. Ako lang ba, guys? Or parang sunod-sunod? And
Yes.
it really makes
I
you
can
wonder.
feel it.
Like, what is all this for? And I feel diamonds are forged in the fire, guys. Number one, let's just throw out all of the cliches in one go. But it's worth it because at the end of it, in retrospect, you are able to see na parang, oh wow, like when you see the person that you become after all this, if you make it through these challenges. And I'll throw out another one: what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. But it's really
Yeah,
that. Diba? Na parang, ano bang point nitong lahat? And at the end of the day, I think society has programmed us so much to think that more is success and more is bigger houses, better cars, bigger bank accounts. But is it really? One of the biggest things that I have come to realize through this pandemic, and that I constantly battle with within myself, is what like what is real, and then how do we fight to have more of that. How do you fight to have more, or how uncomfortable do you need to get to have more compassion? How uncomfortable do you need to get to realize that the joy in life is serving others and helping other
correct,
people
correct,
grow,
correct.
and sharing in other people's successes, because
Mhm.
when you do that, they'll celebrate your successes too. And it's really about focusing on the things that we already have and not what we don't have. Funny enough, also, that was like, it was part of sort of this affirmation thing that I was listening to a while ago. Na there's really no point in thinking about the future. I mean, obviously be future minded, but there's no point in saying, in the future I want to have a 5-story mansion that's on 300 hectares
Yes,
of
yes,
land, and I want to have 3 Rolls Royces and 2 Bentleys. Like, there's no point dreaming and all that when you're lost when in the present moment you're unable to realize everything that you already have, all the riches that you already have.
correct.
Um,
I think it's really whenever we take risks, the reason we should be taking risks is because of whatever our purpose or our ultimate goals are. And gusto ko yung sinabi mo, Erica, na it really, all our goals is not like having a bigger house, having a bigger bank account, having a car, or all of these things. Kasi these are means goals. So, as some of you guys know, parang I'm a fan of Vision Lakiani of Mind Valley. So I'm part of I mean, I do subscribe and do I I really just listen to a lot of the things that they do, and I'm really inspired by them. And one of the things that he was teaching is that when you're talking about goal setting, when you're talking about the things that you need to do, you have to be able to differentiate the means goals and the end goal. So I'm trying to understand this further kasi hindi siya madaling intindihin eh. Kasi minsan, yun nga, means goal, I want to have 1 million pesos in my bank account. Another means goal, I want to be able to have my own condo that is all mine. I want to be able to live on my own. I want to have ganito. They're all means goals. And bakit siya nagiging problematic when you're that magiging means goal siya? Kasi chances are, if it's not very clear the why of those means goals, when you get those means goal, magugulat ka na lang that you're not happy, that
yeah,
something is missing.
missing
So even if you get the car, the money, the 1 million pesos or
the
more of, yeah,
bag.
everything, you won't feel happy. And ultimately, the goal naman, parang the end goal that all of us want to have is really happiness eh. That's really, it's just vague. What do I mean by vague? Because what's happiness for Erica might not be the same happiness for me, right? Or for you guys are watching us today. Happiness has different kinds of definition. So parang what I liked about it, medyo nag-digress tayo sa ano natin sa topic, but it's very important that, 'di ba, parang kuwari, oh, I want to earn 10 million pesos in a year or something. I want to have savings worth 1 million pesos or something. So, why do you want that? Maybe so that I don't have to work for one whole year. Why do you not want to work for one whole year? Because I want to be able to rest, explore my passions, and do this and do that. Then the end goal is you want to have the capacity to be able to explore your passions. And then you ask again a deeper question. So it's not really the 1 million or the 10 million. Because what
Right.
if there are other ways that you can explore your passions.
Mhm.
So what was interesting then, Erica, I'll share, like I was listening also to the podcast stuff that I listen to in the morning. He was saying, si Mike Dooley, he was saying, the way our brain works, it's like a GPS system. So, yung GPS, parang meron na tayong dapat vision of what our life should be or would be. And then, pinapagalitan mo ba si GPS kung ano pag hindi nangyayari when you're micromanaging na kung ano may patch siyang ginawa na hindi mo pa maintindihan na parang sabi mo,
Is it me? Oh no, it's Dar. Nanawala. Um, okay. Okay, we lost Dar, but to continue on the conversation, sayang we missed what a good thing that she was talking about. Oh,
I'm
here we are.
back.
We're
Sorry.
back. Okay. I'm
We're
so
back.
like,
Sorry guys, the internet is not cooperating. So, what was I saying? What did
the
you guys
GPS.
last catch? The
The GPS.
GPS. So, the GPS is really the vision or the end goal. And then, 'di ba parang ano, yung ways, 'di ba? Essentially, sasabihin niya, okay, you can do this. This is the best path. Pero, 'di ba yung may mga experienced drivers, come on, ayun, yung una pa yung sa Grab, 'di ba? Minsan kailangan mo sabihin kay kuya, kuya, paki-follow yung ways. Tapos sasabihin niya, hindi, alam ko yung daan, alam ko yung way. Mas alam ko to, hindi kabisado ko 'yan, ganyan. Tapos biglang mas matatagal yung traffic kasi based on the estimate ni Waze, 'di ba? Kung let's say 30 minutes, so si Kuya ayaw makinig.
Correct.
Gagawin niya yung sarili
Yung
niyang route
even
na
ways yung
expert.
sarili niya.
Oo.
Correct.
So, Waze, what makes Waze wonderful is because the millions of information that it puts into the system. So it's parang machine learning siya and it's on demand that it gathers the information. That's how the universe works. That's how our mind works. It has the best possible information. But, minsan nag-a-act tayo like si kuya na hindi, kailangan dumaan tayo dito. Hindi, mas alam ko to, mas ganyan. So, in a way, we're micromanaging how we manifest things in our life. And this is one of the reasons sometimes we self-sabotage.
Yes. And that's why
So,
we don't
ayan.
sleep. That's why we don't.
Yeah, kasi
Here's
takot
back
na.
in a very seamless way. Tamang-tama si Dar, guys. Kasi nanggaling ako dyan. Ako yun eh. Ako yung kinukwento ni Dar. Na ayaw makinig kay Wave. Tapos ang tagal kong mag-take ng leave. Ngayon talaga, guys. But I agree. That's super that's a very simple explanation and visualization of how we really are our biggest roadblocks. And
Correct.
there was a question here na parang, do you look for signs before taking a leap? And I feel like sometimes, because of that sort of analogy that you explained, sometimes we get stuck in the analysis paralysis na parang, I'm looking for
Yes.
a sign. Sis, 5 years ka na nag-aantay ng sign? Yung ganon.
Baka yung sign is walang sign for that
Totoo.
path that you're looking
Totoo.
for. Oo. Kasi meaning, na masyado na tayong nagiging attached to a specific, na parang ito lang yung as if this is the only way towards your goal or
Correct.
towards your end goal. So, ayun, you talked about being stuck, diba? I think this is one of the things nga that I'm also learning kasi I do get stuck a lot of times, guys. Even if I have the BDJ planner, yes, I'm just human. I do get stuck. I do get overwhelmed. I do have all these, lahat ng pinagdadaan, yung pinagdadaanan din namin. Yun. So, yung feeling stuck, bakit ba nasa stuck? Because there's fear.
Yes, fear.
There's fear. There's fear of doing the right or wrong, the wrong thing. Na you're stuck kasi you're overanalyzing. Bakit ka ba nag-overanalyze? Kasi analyze mo, sabi ko, shit, tama ba to? Tama ba to? Tama ba to? Diba? Diba? So you're getting so obsessed in being right that you get stuck and you don't take the leap.
And parang there was a talk point here na yung they say yung start before you're ready or start even if you're scared. And half the time, yun, we just stay stuck because we are always in our heads. Wait lang, maganda to. Azaza Rodriguez says, a tarot reader pulled a card called Leap for me and she said, go first, the universe will catch you. Azaza, if you're looking for
I
a
love
sign,
it.
that was it. Dare to be courageous, girl.
Yes.
Dare to be
Kasama
courageous.
Yes, so oo, tama talaga 'yan na parang the self-sabotage, and the self-sabotage is really usually fear-driven. I don't know what other self-sabotage is. But I mean, it all comes from fear, eh. Fear of being judged, 'di ba?
You fail.
Fear
That's
of
the whole
being wrong,
failure.
fear of
All of those
failure.
things are societally programmed into us.
Mm-mm.
They don't exist. The rest is not. That's one thing that I've been really learning to embody, and that's also like advice that I've been giving. Because syempre, again, guys, not tayo pandemya, lahat tayo kung ano pinagdadaanan. So friends will be like, Erica, I don't know what to do. I'm afraid of blah, 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 blah. Alam nyo, take the leap. Why? Because the rest is noise. Trust that there's people behind you that genuinely love you and genuinely care about you and that will be there for you no matter the result of whatever leap
Yes.
it is that you need to take. The rest is noise. Parang people will haters gonna hate. My favorite saying, which is not really a cliche because nobody gets it half the time, but my favorite saying is haters gonna hate, potatoes gonna potate. Let them. Let them. But you
Mm-mm.
owe it to yourself to try. And it starts with that first step of
Yes.
taking the leap. Jump and
Yeah.
the universe will catch you.
Start even if you're scared.
Even if you're scared.
So,
So scary,
yeah.
but just do it. Just do it. That's it.
Yes.
Ganun na lang.
Pero yung sa akin lang, ito, how do you know that it's the right, kumbaga sa akin nga, diba, napaparanoid talaga tayo na, right, is this the right decision? Is this the correct decision? Paano kong gagawin? I don't wanna regret this decision. Diba? Yun yung parang common reasons why we fear taking the leap. Kasi when we take a leap, we take a risk. And when we take a risk, we're scared na what if mali yung pinupuntahan ko, right? That's really the biggest fear. And I guess ako din, personally, ito talaga pinagdadaanan ko din siya kasi parang especially right now when your decisions feels more heavy. Bakit more heavy? Kasi shocks if I make a decision, hindi siya mabilis na i-pull back or go back to the past because it's pandemic. So there's some sort of, 'di ba, all these uncertainties, and then when you take a leap, parang, and then uncertain na nga, make up an uncertainty, parang it amplifies all the uncertainty. But what of my coach said this talaga to me, and sinabi niya na parang stop being so obsessed about doing the right thing or the wrong thing. What you should focus on is it your true choice.
Yeah.
'Di ba? True choice ba? If you ask your hearts of hearts, yung pinakamalalim, malalim na malalim, nafi-feel mo ba na it's something that you need to do?
Yeah.
Is it true? Is this something you really want? 'Di ba? And if it is wrong or right, go for it.
Yeah.
Scary or not, go for it.
Go for it.
'Di ba? So,
Parang your question there was like, how do you know? And in relation to parang just knowing in your heart of hearts, like, is it your truth? I think that comes again, full circle, something that we probably say every single episode is self-awareness. Know yourself. How well do you know yourself? How honest are you with yourself? One thing that I also realized na parang, yeah, especially with the rise of TikTok and all these, like, and now that it's a pandemic, content is boundless. Everything is on demand. anything you can imagine that you want to watch, click of a button, you can do it. But at the same time, it's so desensitizing, and it takes away from you being able to be alone with your thoughts and to sit with yourself and have an honest conversation with yourself na, hey, Erica, this is something that is not so great that I think that you should stop doing. But if you're like, if you don't take that time to really meditate and just like have a conversation with yourself. If you don't take that time to really ascertain na eto yung gusto ko, eto talaga yung buhay sa loob ko, then you'll forever be stuck because you'll forever be living on someone else's standards, someone else's dream. You're not, and this is something that Zara said this morning, which was really great, na parang you're not steering your own ship. And that is
Yes.
travesty of all. We think as people na parang, oh, the biggest travesty is that I don't have $1 million in the bank, or I'm not the prettiest person on earth. Honey, the biggest travesty is if you don't know who you are and you're not taking action about it. Sabi ni
Correct,
Anzali
correct.
ulit, if we keep waiting to be ready, then we will never do it. You are ready where you are, and I learned that as I grew during 2020. Congratulations, Azaza! We celebrate this growth of yours.
Yes.
And I agree. Like, there's no time like the present. Haya Haya says naman, if it is aligned with your values, priorities, and keeping the faith, 100%. Yun, it boils back to, sino ka ba talaga? Natutuwa ka ba sa kung sino ka? And saan ka
Correct.
pupunta based on who you are.
Mm. You have to be able to, I think taking the leap requires that you trust yourself. Kasi 'di ba yun din yung concern na parang when we're so scared of making mistakes, sometimes we ask, I mean, the bottom line of it is we're not trusting ourselves, we're not trusting our gut, we're not trusting our instinct. And I think this is where it's really required. How do you trust yourself? Meron ka bang tips doon,
Me?
Erica?
It really, so I'm a big proponent of Kuya J, aka Jesus. I'm a Christian, and I take that very seriously, even though I don't sound or look like it. But I'm a huge believer that, Jesus wants nothing but the best for us. And parang
Correct. Ako din.
for me, his, like, parang people are always like, well, Jesus doesn't do this and that. I'm like, Jesus sat with the sinners and forgave them, and he had compassion. I'm doing the same. What about you? I mean, that's just who I am. And so having faith in yourself is believing that parang you have to have an anchor of what it is. And for me, it's my Christian faith. It's the belief that compassion and kindness and empathy and service are like the tenets of what I believe in. And so I have faith in myself when I know that I'm doing those things. Am I serving my community, the people that I love, my family, my parents? Am I serving my partner, my friends, my bosses,
Yeah.
my management? That's when I know I have faith, or that's when I have faith in
Trust in
myself.
yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, is like I'm aligned with what I believe in. Kasi
Yeah.
if I'm like, oh, I have faith in myself because I believe in Jesus, and then I just, do shitty things all around,
Then
parang
it's
may
not
mali.
consistent. Yeah.
Kasi ko, bakit parang kasalanan ko?
'Di ba? Correct, correct. Tama 'yon. I think you're able to trust yourself more when you're really aligned. Kasi parang you feel like your life just flows. And I know like the pandemic has been parang jarring na talaga for us, 'di ba? Na parang nagfo-flow pa ba talaga yung life right now? And
It still is.
yeah, ako yung share ko, and I feel like this is true na how do you know when you're aligned with yourself? You really journal. Like you write things down. You shared, 'di ba, Erica, 'di ba, you're sharing like because when you're journaling, tapos lumalabas yung emotions, lumalabas yung thoughts mo, you're able to see it a bit more objectively. Na
Yeah.
shocks, ito nga pala yung ginagawa ko. Oo,
Yeah.
is this really who I am? Parang hindi, gets? Or parang this is not me. Ako, lumalaban ako. I fight talaga. I believe in what we're doing and we're gonna fight. So, when you will recognize those things when you write because lalabas siya outside your brain eh, versus it's just all muddled up in your head, 'di ba? Guys, aminin na natin, magulo yung utak natin.
Super. We need Marie Kondo for the brain.
Yes, Marie Kondo for the brain. Well, okay yun. So, it's really, pulling it out. Kasi, tama, si Marie Kondo, di ba? Yung closet, ilalabas mo lahat ng laman ng gamit mo. Tapos,
And
let's
then you
say, tambak
assess.
mo lahat ng clothes mo in the bed. Like, all the clothes in
Yeah.
your house, that's yours. Baka
And then
ibang
you
tao
let
yung
go of
inan mo.
what no longer serves.
Yes, and then what no longer serves exactly. So you sort it out. What serves you, what brings you joy, clothes, thoughts. So bring it all out, put it all in your notebook, your journal. So Marie Kondo it, bring it out. Ang ganda ng analogy, Erica. I love it.
But you,
Kagabitin ko dun.
Mia. Let's see the
So
branding.
yeah, we bring out all the thoughts and Marie Kondo it, and then we see it in our journal, and then you see like which thoughts are actually still resonating with you and which thoughts are not resonating with you anymore. So those are the things, and then you give it away na parang, oh, thank you, I inherited that thought from my parents and it doesn't resonate with me, and I no longer want to
You don't
believe it,
need it anymore. Correct.
so give it away. That's not mine, balik mo. Balik mo sa parents
Correct.
mo.
Or just cast it and release it into the universe. And I
Yeah,
feel like
release it.
doing that, um, doing like that practice, it's really healthy. Trust me. Like I'm so madaldal. So you can imagine what my brain's guys. If this is me like on camera, you can imagine what my brain sounds like. Na parang, there's no snooze or mute button for my brain, so it sucks to be me. Just kidding. But it's such a healthy practice because doing that allows you to again just edit your thoughts and make better sense of whatever's going on in your life, and it gives you clarity to again just figure out where you need to go. What leap do you need to take? Kasi as we were saying nga, diba, kanina na parang, oh, the leap is not the same for everyone. Like
Correct, correct.
it could be metaphorically a really big one. It could also be a smaller one um, that you just need to sort of take a more actionable action step towards. Like for
Mm-mm.
me, a small thing, like a small leap that I need to do is to start popping a melatonin at 10 p.m. at night so I'm asleep. And then I wake up early. But like for
Yeah,
you, Dar, what is like a small parang what are ways that
a small leap.
yeah, what are small things that you can do to get out of your comfort zone? Aside from the journaling, which I think is like a perfect
Yeah,
example.
that's ano na, parang I think the journaling medyo comfort zone na siya for me, to be honest. You know what I've been looking at? Like, increasing my physical activity. Since
Same.
nandito lang tayo sa bahay. So, parang,
Cheers.
that's what I've been, that's what I want to be able to do. I want to be able to increase my physical activity. I just parang I think our bodies are adjusting eh. Parang natatakot din ako yung, 'di ba, what they're saying na our bones are deteriorating in a way kasi we don't walk as much compared to before. Like,
Right.
I mean, how do you walk in your condo back and forth, 'di ba?
28
So,
square
'di ba?
feet. Yeah.
Parang well, oo, you have to be so intentional about it na parang I need to do that. I don't even know if it's feasible to do 10,000 steps in a condo. Paano ba
So
yon,
fire
guys?
sis.
Oo, so but I think yon, that's really something that I want to be able to do. Like take the step to really activate my body, like motion. Kasi look, I'm sitting the whole day. I stand up for breaks and like hugging my kids. But really, most of the time, if I'm not on the FB
We're
Live, guys, I'm
sedentary.
on a meeting
Yeah.
and I'm doing work in front of my computer. So this is my setup. There's no other space for me in our condo. So we're here. I'm here. But it's yeah, so that's what I want to be able to do. I do listen with a lot of podcasts and stuff, but I am not taking physical exercise, which I think I really need to do.
I think that's a great parang so like a small challenge that we can pose to all the Bellas and to all the bold babes and everybody watching today. Because all are welcome, everybody in between, the whole spectrum. It's
Yes,
2021,
of course.
gentlemen and everybody in between. But I think that's a really like parang that's a leap that we can all take. Is a leap towards bettering our health, whether mentally or physically, especially
Correct.
if it's mentally.
Yes.
Um,
Psychologically, emotionally,
and half the
'di
time, alam mo guys, I mean, obviously easier said than done. And I'm one to talk with, like I'm the biggest sugar holic. Like I get foot reflexology, and you know how they have those different points. And like my masahista was like, "Ma'am, asukal natin." Sabi ko, bakit? Malapit na tayo maging diabetic, ma'am. I was like, shit, okay, noted. So I think like but that's also easier to do is to just like, okay, throw out all the chocolates, make sure you don't buy any more. But your mental health is really where you need to work double time. And if it's, take a leap and call a friend that you haven't checked up on in a while, or take a leap and go and see a therapist because despite the stigma of seeing a therapist because you're crazy, everybody needs to unload and everybody needs like
Yes.
an unbiased third party opinion or like moderator. I think a lot of times that's actually something that's a leap that I want to take is to finally go and see a therapist because
I can recommend my therapist.
oh my gosh, thank you. That would be lovely. Because, like you just have all of these thoughts and there's no off button and you can say as much as you can to family and friends and other loved ones. But when it's a professional that's sort of moderating the conversation between your brain and your heart, if that makes sense, like you are able to, I guess, heal so much faster. And healing is all a leap that we need to take in these times, guys.
Yes, correct, correct. I
You
agree.
need to take care of yourself physically,
Mm-mm.
mentally,
Mentally, psychologically,
spiritually.
yeah. Oo. Ako, I really attest to like having a third party, like a professional, really talk if you feel that you're parang gulong-gulo ka lang sa utak mo. So it doesn't mean you're crazy or anything like that. It's
Yeah,
really
no, not
just
at all.
overwhelmed, and parang what that person can do is actually help you understand yourself better.
She's the
Kasi
Marie Kondo
yeah,
therapist.
kasi
The Marie
kasi
Kondo.
sinusort out niya din eh, your
Yeah.
feelings, and in a way, it's very objective. And they've studied psychology and all of these things, right? Na parang our friends naman don't. So even if they have our best interests, sometimes they are just unable to give us the best support. Which brings me to another point, na taking a leap can also mean asking for help.
Ay, totoo yan. Any kind. It doesn't have to be
Any
like,
kind of help.
help me, give me 1 million pesos. No, like it can be help. I need to, like, Dar, please help me. I need a therapist. Can you recommend one?
Mhm.
As Ozzy says, therapy is amazing. If you can go for it, then do it. Yeah, 100%. 100%. I
Mm-mm.
think as Filipinos, we need to get over the stigma. As Asians, we need to get over the stigma that therapy is for crazy people. It's not. It's
Correct, correct.
it's so you can not go crazy. Actually.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
So syempre ipa-plug ko na rin kasi it's one of our partners, Mind Nation. So you guys can check out Mind Nation and have you can do a messenger chat with them if you're feeling overwhelmed. And I think they have like a stress point test, like how to see how stressed you are.
Well, that's so
And
cool.
so in a way parang you get to identify which aspects you're not feeling good about yourself or good about your life. Parang I think kailangan talaga natin i-admit na our life is not 100% right now, or most of us, our
Mm.
lives are not 100% right now. So what do we do about the stuff that we're not 100% on, or ayan, 'di ba?
Correct.
So Important lang. Bakit naman important? Kasi ito, narinig ko din to kaninang morning. You're not truly successful if not everything in your life is working.
And it
Or,
never really is, right?
yeah, pero, oo, pero merong point of time na parang when you're in abundance in terms of time, in terms of health, in terms of financial material, in terms of your self-worth, your contribution to the world, your
Right.
growth,
Yeah.
parang that's what will make you super happy. That is what will make you super fulfilled. And it's not ang hirap kasi parang in a way semi-controversial siya na concept na parang I have to have everything before I'll be happy. Um yung naano ko lang when I heard it, parang sabi ko, shocks, totoo nga siya. Kasi parang, that's why we keep on sometimes looking for what's missing. Because maybe you have a great job, you have great friends, but but the way you envision yourself is you have a partner or a love of your life, right? So there's something missing. Or maybe you have that, pero hindi siya, parang he doesn't support you in your dreams or something like that. Hindi eh, 'di ba? Parang magkakaroon ka, I'm happy, tapos pero but I wish, 'di ba? So parang the truth is, to remove the but, medyo kailangan all aspects eh. Medyo mahirap lang kasi we're scared of failure na, shucks,
Right. We're scared to
nakaka-pressure
take the
naman, na ano
leap.
ba, na ang
We're
dami,
scared to take the leap.
'di ba?
Correct.
Scary siya, 'di ba? Sobrang siyang scary na parang ang dami ko palang kailangan. But it starts with that eh. It starts with that awareness na ito pala yung priorities ko in my life. These are the things that I really want to be part of my life. And that way, if you put it out there, you write it down, it's visible, it's not muddled and mixed up in your head, then you can, okay, sige. I'm good here with section A. Maybe I'm good with my career. Here, I'm not so good with love life. So, I want to put myself out there. 'Di ba? Paano ka mananalo ng lotto kung hindi ka man lang bumili ng lotto ticket,
Oo,
guys?
tataya. Correct. Correct. I think in relation, I was trying to digest it and like, does it make sense? And I have to agree in the sense that, sorry, did I understand correctly? Like you aren't happy unless all of the different things are working harmoniously.
Truly happy. Truly and
Okay.
completely happy.
If
Ang
the if
hirap niya, 'di ba? May parang,
But I
talaga,
feel,
kailangan.
but I feel like the secret, yes, the secret, Char. But I think it's really about the love that you put into all those things. And it's not about, I don't think it's, because I feel like we're looking at it from yung physical aspect where it's like, oh, all those things have to look good optically. No, it's like
Oh,
maybe you're not working your dream job, but you give
yes.
everything that you have to that and you make it your dream job, or parang you make it
Yes,
a dream
definitely.
because you're giving your all every single day.
Correct, correct.
That is, I feel like that's the secret ingredient to all of that.
Mm-mm.
And I would like to quote a very great man from a little thing called Harry Potter. No, but if you guys are familiar with Harry Potter,
Dance.
there's an enchanted mirror called the Mirror of Erised, which is basically
Yes.
desire spelled backwards. And Dumbledore said, "The happiest man on earth need only look at the mirror and see nothing but himself." And that was also
Yes, I love it.
something that I learned today na parang happiness really is within all of us. It's just,
Correct, correct.
how much of the noise are you going to let in? How much of the fear of
Mm-hmm.
taking the leap of doing that big thing? How much of that are you going to let into your life? Because maybe you already are happy and maybe you just aren't looking at it the right way.
Yes. I believe in the energy that we put in. It's really related to us also, our beingness. Are we living in gratitude? Are we parang we choose that eh kasi that's our mindset, those are thoughts eh. So what is the being, what is the values that we're trying to practice and live by, 'di ba? So with taking a leap, Are you taking a leap towards yourself or farther from your true self? So your values, where you stand, what truly makes you happy,
Yeah.
'di ba? Kasi sometimes we get caught up nga with sabi mo nga na parang, dapat ganito yung dream job ko. Dapat ganito yung boyfriend ko, tall, dark, and handsome, or whatever. 'Di ba? But those are, parang yun nga eh, those are
It's
like societal.
programming. Yeah,
Oo,
it's
it's
programming.
programming. It's programming.
What do you
So,
really want? Who are you?
yes.
What do you really want?
And it's focusing on the why. Parang kuwari, pag maybe relationship, I want to be in a loving relationship wherein I'm respected, I'm supported, and I feel loved every single day. Right? So parang, then that's my definition of being in a loving relationship. Then, 'di ba, whatever labels that you have, then it doesn't matter so much. Then maybe I can achieve that, or I can get that, or I can be content with that by the parang either the people around me, or parang I just try to, like, I guess, attract it by manifesting na no, I'm worth loving. I deserve to be loved in that particular way. And
100%.
ganun lang.
Yeah. So yeah, guys. Um, and know yourself, know your truth. Don't apologize for it, especially if you're being a good person. And when you know that, take the leap.
Okay.
That will appear.
Last question tayo, Erica. What do you do when your life feels off balance? Since we keep on talking about alignment and being true to yourself, what do you do when your life feels so off balance? How do you recenter yourself?
Surrender. Surrender.
Ang ganda.
Sometimes you just gotta surrender. And it's, that in and of itself is scary. Actually, realistically, and not to just parang when, oh, thanks,
Oh,
Emily.
cute. Yeah,
We
thank you.
appreciate it. We're glad. We hear you. We celebrate you. But like that could easily, not to like over relate it to the topic, but it genuinely makes sense, is like maybe the leap of faith that you need to take is to just surrender. Na parang
Yes.
this is all it is,
Mm-mm.
and na parang this is the circumstance, this is who I am right now. And like the way I realign is to just surrender and say, okay, Lord, hindi ko na alam, ikaw na bahala. Just
Correct. Jesus,
you just go
take the
back to your,
wheel.
you just take the wheel, and then you go back to your tenets. You go back to your
Mm-mm.
principles, which are, service, and
Mm-mm.
it's really a reevaluation of what you're doing. Na parang in your job, are you compassionate? Are you empathic? Are you servicing other people? In your
Yes.
relationship, are you doing the same? Because
Correct,
there
correct.
has to be that universal alignment through everything that you do. And then that just brings you back to your true north, that becomes your compass. And yeah, so me, I just, when everything gets too much, you can cry. That's very much okay. If you feel like you need to cry, just cry. Yes, exactly. You just surrender,
Surrender and trust.
realign, and then you trust.
I love that. I love that. Oo, agree ako. Pag when life is off balance, there needs to be a bit of surrender and a lot of acceptance.
A lot of
A
acceptance.
lot of acceptance. I think one of the challenges that we encounter when life parang yun nga throws us a curveball is that we resist it so much. So lalong nagkakaroon ng tension, instead of accepting things as it is, 'di ba? Yung phrase na it is what it is. Minsan ang hirap tanggapin kasi parang we're so fixated in this vision that we originally had before things have changed. But parang life is all about changes. Parang we change every day. We change um with every food that we eat, 'di ba? It breaks down in the body. It changes like a part of us. When you're eating sugar, it deteriorates your body. If you're eating healthy foods, it makes you healthier, right? It changes to energy. So, I don't know. Life is changed, guys. So parang it's really something that we need
Embrace
to,
that. Yeah.
yeah, sugar.
Embrace.
Sugar today. Surrender, surrender. So,
We need to
naisip ko
surrender
sugar.
to the sugar
Oo,
crush.
surrender. Surrender yung sinasabi ko. Surrender. It's ano, it's not, definitely not easy, and but it's something we also have to acknowledge that sometimes you really just need to do. And I like this phrase that actually my coach also said this to me. The truest form of prayer is action aligned with true intention.
Yes.
So with your true intention, and then you act on it, then that's the best form of prayer. It's actually almost like it's a service that
Yeah.
you're doing things in service of parang the truest intention, your truest intention, and trusting that your truest intention is really aligned to um parang what God wants, your true self, your purest self, your highest self, like and those things. So ayan, ang dami nating ang
But that's so true. I love that.
Mm-mm.
I love that. And that's parang very yeah, like yeah. Yes, the truth and that's taking notes. But no,
I-share
genuinely
ko sa yung notes ko, screen, picturean ko. Tapos bigay ko
genuinely
sa'yo.
that is so true. And that, ladies and gentlemen and everybody in between, is why you should really know yourself before taking the leap. Like take the leap, but know yourself before you take the leap.
Mm-mm. And with that, I will end with that, Erica, that we know yourself, and so get to know yourself, like fall in love with yourself, understand yourself, then take a leap. Just make sure it's your truest intention. It's not something from your parents, family, friends, peer pressure, even self pressure, kasi minsan meron tayong mga expectations sa sarili natin na dapat dito sa age na to, dapat ganito na ako, dapat
Like,
ganito, dapat I have
like,
this, I have that. So those are pressures that the society has programmed in our head, and pinapressure natin sarili natin. Please try to clear those things up and just focus on your truest intentions. And that is how you can live boldly and take the leap this month. And we hope you guys got some things from our discussion with Erica and myself. And please don't forget to share your takeaway
your key
and your
takeaway.
key takeaway so you get a chance to win a Revlon lipstick.
A Revlon
Lipstick
color
tuloy.
glaze. Like,
Color glaze, sorry. So this is the link. Sign up at go.bdj.studio/sign up and share your key takeaway to get a chance to win the Revlon Color Stay Glaze Stick eyeshadow. Okay. And
so
don't forget,
thank
ayun,
you.
sorry. Mag-reminders ako. Don't forget, we do this every second Wednesday of the month. So please catch us again with Erica and myself on September 8th. But next week, please do catch me on Wednesday with BDJ and Kandama. And of course, don't forget, we extended our pre-ordering period kasi madaming nagsasabi na paabot naman sa next sahod. So there you go. Next sahod. Medyo sakto kasi guys, we have to close it off already, and we have to prepare for our launch, or and we're gonna get our planner. So it's so exciting, and we're excited to release all these things. But please, if you can, please do help us and do the pre-ordering because it will substantially help us with our production. And definitely, we're excited to share more news and good news with the BDJ Studio. And with that,
Coming month.
good
And with that,
night.
live
And with
boldly.
that,